Hare Krishna, all glories to Guru Gauranga. This is a presentation regarding the holy Dham Vrindavana. There are 12 forests there are 12 prime forests in Vrindavan. Totally, it is mentioned in Padma Purana that 84 krosas are there. That is, Chura is krosha. They say one krosha is around 3 kilometers of miles, something like that. So it is almost like uh, around 300 kilometers. Among them, the 12 forests are very, very important. 12 forests, I list out the 12 forests so that you can remember or chant the names of these 12 forests. See, Mahavan, Bandravan, Badravan, Bilvavan, Lohavan, Bahulavan, Kamyavan, Kadilavan, Talavan, Kamudavan, and Vrindavan. These are the 12 forests. So, the eastern side of Yamuna, there are 5 forests where the Lord Balaram is the presiding deity for that. And the western banks of Yamuna, there are around 7 forests are there. The main presiding deity in this among these 7 forests is Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So as acharyas always mention and have recommended the process that how we can tour Vrindavan or how to visit Vrindavan, in what mood and mission we have to see the Vrindavan. So it is not according to Drishyaman. They say Drishyaman because from the heights we see the rubbish things on Yamuna Nadi and Radhakund, Shyamakund, and the monkeys. They give the horrifying troubles for us by plucking something from us. So, and we see so many Babajis, and we may think they are beggars, but they are all Dhamvasis, Brajavasis. The name Braj syncretizes the very meaning of that. Braj means to move from one place to another place, because Nanda Baba was moving from uh, Gokul to Nandagram and Nandagram to Vrindavan, like this. Even when Nanda Baba was, the whole family moves. Yashoda Mataji, Krishna, and all is covered by us. Everywhere, everybody were moving from one place to another place. That is called Braj. That is called Braj Mandal. So the transcendental nature of nature is just, it is not that just buying a flight ticket or train ticket to Delhi and take a cab from Mathura to Vrindavan. It's not just like that. So we should from the bottom of the heart, from the core of the heart, we should welcome Radha and Krishna in our heart. So we should not do any sort of offences in Rajadam, because any other Dham, the offences can be vanished or can be burnt to ashes. But in Vrindavan, we should be very, very careful and we should see to that no living entity, even not even other creatures apart from human beings, should be offended or criticized. So we should treat everyone as part and parcel of the Lord, because they are all serving Radha and Krishna from immemorial lifetimes. So it's very remarkable and meritorious, very spiritually pleasurable. It's a great treasure for the devotees who can enjoy the bliss and transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And there are so many other items, Louis Bazaar, and the whole thing. Without understanding Brajadam, one should not uh, organize the yatra to Vrindavan Dham, because before organizing Vrindavan yatra, one should really give them the tips how we have to behave in the Brajadam, and how to move with the Brajavasis. Brajavasis means the residents of Brajadam. So otherwise, so many uh, uh, we may face so many problems like missing our luggage, or we may not go to some important places. We may become sick. Like that, many things happens to many devotees. So we should be very careful in Vrindavan Dham, because it is a place, it's very purest place. They say there is no difference between Golok Vrindavan in spiritual planet and the Vrindavan in this Bhuloka, in this earthly planet. So when there was a conversation between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking, raising the question to Ramananda Rai, what is the goal of life? And Ramananda Rai said, Varnashrama Dharma is our goal of life. Mahaprabhu says, no, still further, he was saying. Then he said, the principles of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and finally the last sloka in the last chapter, 1866, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam. He was quoting all these verses from Bhagavad Gita. Mahaprabhu said, okay, right, it's good. So it's also a argumentative statement you have given, but still further I want to know still about this, the goal of life. Then Ramananda Rai talks about the 5 rasas: Santa Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vasalya Rasa, and Madhurya Rasa. So how do we get these relationships with Krishna? That is, we go on with so how do we get, how to get in touch, how to get in contact with these rasas, Shanta Rasa and Sakya Rasa, all these rasas? When we will get this relationship? Only when we hear about the pastimes of Krishna, when we chant the glories of Vrindavan Dham, when we chant the glories of the Radha and Krishna. So then we will develop the taste or ruchi to hear about Krishna. So the parikrama, the Vrindavan parikrama begins like this. From Mathura we go to Madhuvan. From Mathura we go to Narayana Bhatt. From Mathura we go to the village called Mathuri, the heart of Madhuvan. This place is called Madhuvan. And to the Madhuvan we turn to the west 2.5 kilometers to Talwan. Another 2 kilometers to Udvan. Then we walk up to Bahulavan, that is to Govardhan. So Mathura is located in Madhuvan. So the 12 forest is transcendentally, geographically it is transcendental. It is not synchronized with geographical, physical, political, rather with small towns and villages. So you should get the inspiration from Acharyas. So the Madhuvan, 2.5 miles from Mathura, if you turn to left, then it will get the village called Maholi. There is a hill which is called Dhruva Hill. In Madhuvan we can see that there is a hill called Dhruva Hill, and we all know about Dhruva Maharaj, the great um, the great small boy when he was 5 years old, when when his stepmother blasphemed him and drove him off from his father's place. He wants to sit on the lap of his father, Uttanapad, and as soon as his stepmother saw this, he just chastised Dhruva Maharaj. So you don't have any qualification to sit on your father's lap, because it is my and my children's can sit on this. And because the Uttanapad was very fond of the second wife, Suruchi, and Dhruva Maharaj's mother's name was Sunichi, I think. Uh, so he was not caring so much. He was not having a good relationship with his Dhruva's mother. So Suruchi was, and Uttanapad was taking care of Suruchi very well. So, uh, so the thing is, the Dhruva Maharaj got wild. He got very angry, and he straight away went to his mother's room, and he asked his mother, why my stepmother behaved like this. What is the reason for that? Why I'm not eligible for that? Why I'm not qualified to sit on my father's lap? He's my father. Why can't I sit? What is the mistake I have done? So why I'm not eligible for that? What is the reason for this? So whom should I approach? Then as a Siksha Guru, Dhruva Maharaj's mother gave a very good instructions. The great acharyas also had the same problem when they uh, when they were in wits end or dilemma like this. When their mind was disturbed, they went to the forest and they searched in front of absolute truth. So I would like you also to go to forest and approach the absolute truth, so that he can give you the very good uh, the answer you expect. Very good answer you expect from whatever you expect from your heart. So immediately Dhruva Maharaj took her mother's instructions very seriously, and he took the blessings from his mother. So here we can learn lessons from Dhruva Maharaj's mother Suniti, that every mother should encourage the children at the age of 5 itself to develop the taste or love towards Krishna, and so that they can do austerities like Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj did lot of penances in his 6 months. At last, during when his when he was meditating, he was happened to see the great Devarshi Narada, and Narada was examined him. No, no, no. At this age, you should not come to the forest. You should go and play, and you should study well. You should go to Gurukul. All those things he was examined. But Dhruva Maharaj was very adamant, and he was very fixed in his goal. So the means to achieve his goal. So at last, the Narada Mahamuni uh, accepted me as a disciple, and Dhruva Maharaj made Narayana, Krishna's form in the mud, and he worshipped that Narayana form, the Vishnu form, and he meditated on that, and he did lot of tapasyas. First month, second month, third month, 5 month. At last, in that the 6th month, uh, when he came out of this tapasya, austerity, then he really saw the 400 form of Vishnu, Narayana, and then immediately all his contaminations and unwanted things in the heart burnt into ashes as soon as he saw the Lord. So that is the miracle. We'll get it when we do austerities, or when, but that was in, I think, in Satyoga. And why he meditated Dhruva Maharaj, he had some karma. So even though we have some karma in the beginning, But as we subsequently or eventually, when we meet with some acharyas or spiritual masters or Vaishnavas in our journey to the kingdom of Godhead, then slowly we will get enlightenment and realizations. So, like how Dhruva got. So he meditated. His goal was to attain the kingdom greater than his grandfather Brahma. So that means thousand times greater than his father's kingdom, Uttanapada. So that was his goal. But somehow or other he got it, and as soon as he saw the Lord's form, immediately everything, all his material desires, all his mundane behavior, and the rotten, the garbage of material aishwaryas, opulences, everything has gone out from his mind. And when the Lord asked him, what is your benediction? Then he said, I don't want any other benediction. And he gave an analogy about about this material world. When I got the diamond in my hand, why should I um opt for the broken glasses? So I don't want any sort of a material desires like broken glasses. I want a diamond like you. Then Lord said, no, you have already had a desire that you wanted a